Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and today we're over at Homegrown Plants in Farmersville and we're going to be doing a tour of their perennial plants. Okay, so I needed to pick up a couple of things at Homegrown, and since I'm out here I thought I'd go ahead and do a tour. The greenhouse is totally filled and I thought we would concentrate on blooming perennials, so let's go ahead and head on over there. Okay, so they have a ton out right now. This up front is all annuals. Absolutely gorgeous. I do see, is this plumosa? Or is this asparagus grass? Yeah, this is asparagus grass. Asparagus fern. Look at this color combo. I really like this. The contrast. The red and the purple together. Petunias. Lots of hanging baskets. Looks like they've got their trolley out. A whole bunch of new plants. Okay, but we're heading all the way back here to the perennial area, which I don't usually get to until the very end of my tours, and by that time I'm exhausted. So let's go ahead and check out. I'm specifically going to be paying attention to blooming perennials. Here's some Vinca minor. This is a great ground cover, but I also grow this in hanging baskets. So it's hardy to zone 5, like sun to shade, about 4 to 6 inches tall by 24 to 36 inches wide. And this stuff grows like crazy. Now, what do we got here? Rose mallow, French hollyhock. I did see that they had a bunch of French hollyhocks over here earlier. This particular one is called Zebrina. There's a few more over here. Some of them are blooming. Let's see if I can get in here. How pretty is that? This is French hollyhock, Zebrina, an erect to spreading perennial with heart-shaped dark green leaves. Grows 24 to 36 inches tall, 18 to 24 inches wide. Clusters of pink and white flowers with purple stripe blooms from late spring to mid-fall. Hardy to zone 3. I mean, I've grown hollyhocks in the past and they all get rust really bad for me, so I'd love to get these, but pretty sure they'll succumb to rust mold. Alright, this is a bunch of grasses, which I'm not super interested in, so I'm not going to pay attention to these right now. Now over here we have the Homestead verbena. This is a perennial verbena in my area, and I really like it. Homestead purple, you can also get it in pink. And it is full sun, 6 to 10 inches tall by 12 to 18 inches wide, hardy 6A to 9B. And it's $10 for the gallon. Society garlic. Love society garlic, except that it is a very intense smell. But very drought tolerant plant. It does bloom like little miniature allium looking designs. Here's some Monarda. This particular variety is called Sugar Buds Grape Gamble Bee Balm. Full to part sun, 14 to 24 inches tall, 16 to 32 inches wide, hardy zones 4A through 6B. I haven't planted a lot of Monarda or bee balm in my particular garden. It looks like deadheading would be beneficial to this. This is another Monarda bee balm. This variety is called Sugar Buzz Blue Moon. Full to part sun, 14 to 24 inches tall by 16 to 32 inches wide, hardy, zones 4A to 8B. These are all $9.95. Got some daylilies. These look like Stella de Ora. Let me see. Yeah, Stella de Ora, which is very prolific in my particular area. Sun to part shade, height is 12 inches, spacing 18 inches. Hardy zones 3 through 10. Looks like we have a lot of catmint or nepeta. Looks like it needs a really good cutback. This one's called Junior Walker. Catmint. Full sun, 18 inches tall by 30 inches wide. Massive plant. Hardy zones 5A through 8B. Here's an Artemisia, silver brocade wormwood. Full sun, 8 to 10 inches tall by 10 to 12 inches wide. Hardy zones 3A through 8B. Now here's some beard tongue or penstemon, and I've grown this before and it flops so easily. This is it right here. As soon as these get a little bit tall, they flop. This one is called Rock Candy Light Pink Beard Tongue Penstemon. Full sun, 12 inches tall by 12 inches wide, hardy 5A to 8B. I've grown it in pink, in white, and red, and they all of them flopped. What's this? Oh, a Coreopsis Creme Brulee. Full sun, 20 inches tall by 35 inches wide. Wow. 4A to 9B. That's cool. Look at those leaves. Now, they look like they might have a little bit of damage on them. I'm not sure. This right here is Mexican bush sage, which grows really intense, about 3 to 4 feet by 3 to 4 feet. Takes forever to bloom. I used to have this in my garden, and I would wait all season for it to bloom at the very end of October. And that's why I ended up pulling it, because I was just so frustrated by how long it took to bloom. But it's extremely drought tolerant. Hardy zones 10 through 11. Mine came back every year though. Sun to part shade, and like I said, drought tolerant. Got Joe Pie weed right here. I planted some of this in my yard last year, or my garden last year, and it did not do well and did not come back. I'd like to try again. This one's Getaway Joe Pie weed. Gateway, excuse me. Full to part sun, 60 to 72 inches tall by 36 to 48 inches wide. Zones 4A through 8B. I'd like to plant some of that at the back of the garden in the backyard, back by the troughs. I think would be super cool. Lavenders, which I don't mess with lavenders because they just don't do well for me. Got lots of yarrows over here. Excellent cut flower, very drought tolerant. This is what I struggle with mine. They flop. Lots of flopping. This particular variety is gold strike moonshine yarrow. Full sun, 18 to 24 inches tall by 12 to 18 inches wide, 4A to 8B. And I do really like its foliage. And it has this beautiful yellow color. These all look like cottage yarrows. This one is new vintage white. I believe I have this one too. Full sun, 12 to 14 inches tall by 10 to 12 inches wide. Hardy zones 4A to 9B. These are all $9.95 each. This one's pretty. think I have this one too. Yeah, the new vintage rose. Let me see if I can find more information on it. Let's see another tag. New vintage violet. This one's a little bit more of a violet color. 12 to 14 inches tall by 10 to 12 inches wide. Hardy zones 4A to 9B. This is its color. And then the red tone over here. New vintage red. All the same stats, 12 to 14 tall by 10 to 12 wide. Hardy zones 4A to 9B. I have this penstemon in my garden, and I mean, we're going on like year 5 with it. Let's see if I can find a tag. I don't see a tag on any of them, but it has these beautiful blooms. And then even when these age out, they look really cool. The stems have like little berries on them, so it looks really, really cool. Here's some pink guara. I recently planted pink guara. Let's see. This one's called Gaudy Pink. 12 inches tall by 12 to 14 inches wide. This is a shorter variety, 6'8", Hardy's 6A to 9B. This is a much shorter variety, so you can use this more as like a border plant. All right, here's some Artemisia here. Adds a lot of really great texture. It doesn't bloom. A lot of really fun, beautiful texture. It's super soft. This one's called Powys Castle Wormwood. 24 to 30 inches tall by 36 to 40 inches wide. Hardy in zones 5A to 9B. This one would also be really good at the back of the backyard. Bunch of cannas, which I'm not super interested in. Blue lily of the Nile, which I'm staying away from, but let's look at them because I kill them every year. Agapanthus. Them every year. Firecracker plant. Hardy zones 9 through 12, flowering perennials, sun to part shade, medium requirements. Doesn't have size on it. They still have a bunch of clematis over here for only $16.95, which is a great price. I picked up Bee's Jubilee from here not too long ago, and I've already got it planted up. Several ferns, which I'm going to skip over for right now. What is this? Is this foxglove? Oh, black-eyed Susan. Rudbeckia marmalade. Look at these plants, y'all. Look at that. Gorgeous. Those are fabulous. Those are 25 each because it's a really big container. This right here, Big Mama Turk's Cup. So this is the big stuff. This is sun to shade, hardy to zone 7, 4 to 6 feet tall by 4 to 6 feet wide. This is a big mama. And it will be glorious. All red blooms, I love it. It's Russian sage. I've currently got this in my garden and I love it. I have the same issue with flopping. Work on that. Here we have some trailing white lantana. I am going to be doing a video on lantanas coming up. A hardy zones 9 through 11, flowering perennial, full sun, medium to low. Only 12 to 15 inches tall by a 3 to 6 foot spread. Several coral bells and heucheras, some ajuga. Let's cut over to the other side. All right, we've got some dianthus, which I love. Dianthus is a great way to add a lot of color to your garden. So this one is called Fruit Punch Cherry Vanilla, 6 to 8 inches tall. And hardy zones 4 through 9. Blooms early summer, and if you cut this back, Dianthus back, after it blooms, it will rebloom again. It's this guy. Mystic Spires, which is a great salvia. A free-flowering salvia will be covered with true blue flowers summer through fall. Dark green foliage covers this compact, well-branched plant. Matures at 18 to 24 inches tall by 12 to 18 inches wide. Hardy to zone 7. Alright, and then we have some Veronica. I'm not going to go Veronica. It does not do well in my area. Every time I plant it, it doesn't come back, which is a shame. This is also Veronica. It's a very pretty plant, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a perennial for me. We do have some clematis over here. It's some Proven Winners clematis, and this is Happy Jack. I assume that this is based off of the Jackmani variety. Hardy zones 5 through 9, 6 to 8 feet tall by 4 to 5 inches at 5 feet wide. And I do see over here called Pink Mink clematis. Hardy zones 4 through 9, 9 to 10 feet tall by 6 to 8 feet wide. It's pretty. See another variety back here. Viva Folionia clematis. This is a short one, 4 to 6 feet tall by 3 to 5 feet wide. That's interesting. Hardy zones 4 through 9. I like that it's a shorter one. What is this? There's something down there. Balloon flower. Okay, yeah. This is a white balloon flower. I have this in my yard. My garden. Mine is purple balloon flower, but it does really well in our area. It comes back over and over again. Here's one of the flowers. So they look like a little balloon and then they pop open. Okay, it looks like we have a bunch of Cheyenne Spirit coneflower, which is excellent for our area, especially when we are getting closer to the heat, when nothing else is blooming. Cheyenne Spirit coneflower does beautifully. It comes in a wide range of colors, mix of colors including gold, scarlet, orange, rose red, cream, purple, and yellow. Flowers all summer, requires well-draining soil. Flowers to be cut off when flower is complete in order to extend the bloom time. Hardy zones 3 through 9. And I've got several of these in my yard that I love. Let's see, is this some type of papyrus? Graceful grasses Queen Tut, about 18 to 24 inches tall. And it is an annual except in zones 9A through 11B, so it would be considered an annual in this area. I wonder why it's mixed in with the perennials. It's another spirea. Got a lot of mushrooms growing in these over here. Magic wands, I believe it's their verbena. Oh, their Veronica, that's what I meant. Yeah. I don't suggest Veronica for my area as a perennial. It's a beautiful flower, beautiful plant that has to have very well draining soil. So Queen Tut again. Looks like we have some varieties of phlox over here, which I love phlox. I added several new varieties this year. So we have Opening Act Blush, 18 to 20 inches tall. And it is hardy zones 4 through 8. And then I see the white. Let's see if I can find a tag for the white. Opening Act White, 18 to 20 inches tall. Hardy zones 4 through 8. And I think this is the one that I added this year. Kind of lavender, like pinkadot or something is what it's called. Looks like that one. I don't added a couple of those. Some grasses here. Black-eyed Susan, Denver daisy, black-eyed Susan. 4 to 6 inch golden summer flowers. So this guy is 18 to 20 inches tall by 12 to 15 inches wide, hardy to zone 5. That's some, I believe that's hot poker. Does that sound right, y'all? Low sit red hot poker, but in yellow. It's a Nymphophia. Okay, we have a bunch more of the white aurora. So we looked at the pink of the over there. This is the Proven Winners variety. So this is called Stratosphere White, 12 to 24 inches tall, and annual acceptance zone 6A through 11B. So it is a perennial in this area. Very pretty plant, especially when it catches in the wind. It's beautiful. And then of course they have the same variety pink. Shasta daisies, I believe this is the marshmallow variety. Yep, amazing daisies, marshmallow, 18 to 20 inches tall. Hardy in zones 5 through 9. So fluffy. Here's what I'm not sure about. Like, some of these I just see 2 or 3 blooms on them, and I guess as they mature they'll get better. Like this one's pretty good right here. This got like 8 or 9. That's nice. I don't like it when the Shasta daisies just give me 1 or 2 sad little blooms. All right, so right here is, you're fine, go ahead. Pincushion, scabiosas right here. The pink mist. These are usually really early bloomers for the spring, 16 to 18 inches tall by 12 to 18 inches wide, hardy zones 5A to 9B. So yeah, usually a really early bloomer, but even after they bloomed out, they make these little seed pods, which are really pretty and interesting to look at. Looks like we got some Gaillardia here. My Gaillardia just started blooming. This is blanket flower, called Spin Top Red. Warm red blooms with a dramatic dark center sit just above complex clumps of green foliage, growing 12 to 14 inches tall and wide. Great in borders. Like Gaillardia. This coneflower right here. Yep. Oh, powwow white. This is what y'all want. I love powwow white. This guy is a powerhouse. I have the powwow pink, or I think it's called like berry or something. So a profusely flowering coneflower with unique, large, white summer flowers with a yellow center. Sturdy stems, grows 16 to 20 inches tall by 12 to 14 inches wide, hardy to zone 4. This is, if you want to add a coneflower, this is it. Get a powwow, because they do brilliantly. Let's see what variety this is back here, because I see a red tone. This one's just called red. Get a powwow. They do beautifully. It comes in a pink color. I've only never seen them in pinks and whites. But y'all let me know if there's another color option for me. These are sweet. Zinnia, Wedelia hispida. Y'all know I'm going to butcher the names. A native to South Texas and a small evergreen shrubby perennial with shiny dark green foliage that blooms throughout the summer. Hardy zones 8 through 10. Full sun. Look how sweet those are. Okay, what do we got here? Flame acanthus. Am I right in thinking hummingbirds really like this? Low growing, sprawling, reaching 3 to 4 feet tall with an equal or greater spread. Prolific trumpet light orange to red tubular flowers bloom all summer until frost. A heat and drought tolerant selection. Hardy to zone 7. That's neat. I like the kind of spikiness of the leaves. I think it's really pretty. Here is Mexican petunia, which is intense. It grows like crazy. If you're going to plant this, you're going to let it take over. So you need to be aware of that. Very drought tolerant, heat tolerant. Does great in this Texas weather and blooms a lot of these, but it spreads like you would not believe. So definitely plant it in an area that you want it to take over. Look at these. Look at these sweet little flower heads there. Where are you? Black-eyed Susan. It's a smaller variety though. How sweet are they? Goldstrom. Yeah, okay. $19.99 perennial plant of the year. Showy yellow daisy-like blooms from summer until frost. Rebecca make great plants to attract butterflies. Hardy zones 3 through 10. That one's super cute. Love it. Now here is the verbena that everybody's been asking about. That's in my garden right now. I call it meteor showers verbena, that's actually the name of the Proven Winners variety, but this is where I bought mine. So it is Lollipop Verbena, and this one's actually only 24 inches tall by 20 to 24 inches wide. Hardy zones 7A through 11. Mine actually reseeds and spreads itself around, which I absolutely love. But mine gets really tall. But if you want like a starter, this is shorter variety, excellent for cut flowers, really, really nice. Mine gets 5 to 6 feet tall. But here it says over here, 4 to 6 to 3 feet wide. I love mine. It's glorious. Okay, and then this is like a million Salvia Greggi, which I'm not going to go through. They have it in all the colors. So if you're interested, come check it out. Okay, we're going to grab a cart because I do need to get a few things. Now, I'm not actually getting any perennials today. Basically, I want to go through the perennials so that they're in the back of my mind. Hold up. Look how pretty this is, y'all. This is a shade design. So you got the Dichondra Falls. You got a Corabelle heuchera that's blooming. Asparagus grass. Or no, that might not be asparagus grass. More ferns. Wow. Y'all, shut up. That's so pretty. And look at this full sun one over here. You've got the celosia. You've got sun patience. You've got a canna. But OMG, look at that. That would look great in my shade garden. All right, I would have to make it myself because I'm sure it's pricey at actually $200 seems like a good price considering you get the metal stand with it. Not that I'm buying it, I'm just saying. That's not bad for $200 considering you get the stand as well. Okay, I got distracted. Okay, I was looking at perennials because I needed to I know that I'm going to be planting several along the back wall, and I've just been trying to familiarize myself with what they have here so that I know and kind of start planning about what I want to add into my own garden. But now what I need to do is I am revamping the containers on the back porch, getting those cleaned up tomorrow. And so I also need to select some just bright, sun-loving annuals that'll do great there. I know that I'm probably going to start with something like, I love this red salvia every year. I think it is just so pretty. It's an annual salvia. I just love how bright and bold it is. So I'm probably going to start with some of the salvia and build from there. So let's see what we can find. Okay, I got the red salvia. What could we put with it? I do have some verbena. Here's some pentas. Caladiums I don't need. I got a ton of caladiums. I don't need coleus. Mexican heather would be pretty and very prolific, especially as the season goes on. And I do like purple and red, and then I could get like a magenta pink, which would be pretty. This stuff does great, and sometimes it comes back too. Okay, so now I've got the salvia and the Mexican heather. So this way, got sweet potato vines, which I love. Are these all periwinkles or vincas? Okay. I should have known that. Lots of pretty vincas, which I like. I like a color in this tone. But I do see some calibrachoa that I'm interested in. Let's go look at that. I saw this earlier and was drawn to it. See, I like this color option. Cabrio Eclipse Strawberry. I like this option because it kind of spans the red and the purple. And then they have some purple. Now calibrachoa, if I'm going to plant it, I got to do it in a container. It doesn't do well in the ground, but I am going to be working with containers on this. And they got the purples. They got a brighter pink, which this might actually work a little bit better to bridge with the red. This is still the Eclipse Strawberry. Look darker over there. Okay, so now we got the calibrachoa, Mexican heather, and the red salvia, which I love all those colors together. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to mix with it. Oh, Alternathera. I think these require a little bit of shade. I do like the, what am I trying to say? Azuratum. Am a fan of Moss Rose, Purslane, lots of lantana, some scaevola. The scaevola is kind of grown over a lot already though. If I was going to pick it up, I would want to pick up like a compact, like that. Okay. Okay, I also picked up some of the darker purple sweet potato vines. So I like the look of all of this. I think it'll be beautiful watching it fill in over the summer. It is so hot in here that my phone is literally overheating. So I'm going to go ahead and head towards the checkout. Okay, random, I know. So we're having all this drainage issues, which is from, the back where I've been talking about getting a French drain. So when I got home, if you can see the outline of it all the way out to the side, I was crazy. I was dropping all my stuff and I decided to get my giant push broom and I spent an hour pushing all the soil because there's a bunch of soil from the erosion and water. And you can see all this driedness? That was all mud that I was moving. And since I've done that, it's been draining a lot better. You can actually see the water moving. So you can see the water moving now. It's been draining a lot better now. And so I didn't record the end of my video because I was so tired after doing this. You see how it's all the way out to there? This is where I worked out. So it's been several hours since I did that. And, but good news is I did sign a contract with my contractor friend, and they are going to be working on the French drain starting real soon. So basically I ended up picking up some additional soil and compost, and I've got my flowers there. And so now I have a big project to start with tomorrow. Okay, I wore myself out by doing all that work. I don't know what got into me. As soon as I got home, I saw it. I was like, I'm just going to do the push broom. And an hour later, I must look like a crazy person. All right, you all. I hope you enjoyed today's shopping, going through all the perennials. I'm very interested in a lot of those perennials, specifically a lot of the Rudbeckia, the Joe Pye weed, several other ones that are more native to my area, and those are ones I'm wanting to put towards the back of the backyard. So I've been going through the perennials a lot, familiarizing myself with them, learning about their habits, and then trying to visualize them in my space. So I'm doing a lot of that, and then of course at the end doing some summer annual shopping. All the stuff I picked will do beautiful this summer, which will be really nice. And so it's going to be fun working on that back porch. I'm going to be combining that with a lot of things that I grew from seed as well. So that'll probably be tomorrow's video. All right, you all, as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow my channel so much. And as a reminder, be sure to check me out on my social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.